Yes, hello, I am back, and yes, I will make an intro eventually, but now we're going through every single Elemental Hero card and card in my Elemental Hero deck, essentially. How it's going to work is we're going to go through every single card, including the extra deck, because if I don't do that, this isn't a proper deck review, right? And we're going to go through every single card, not from what's the best, from like also art, how I work, how many times I use it, just that. Let's get into it. First, we're going to be going over my Fusion deck and the extra deck. First up, we have Elemental Hero Tempest, because with the cards and how it works, I'll never be able to summon it. We got Elemental Hero Electrum. Once again, very hard to summon for monsters that I'll probably never get on my field or in my hand to use properly. Necro Charmin. Like, it's pretty good, but, I mean, it could destroy one monster, but then summon another monster for your opponent's side of the field, which is kind of an advantage for them. Elemental Hero Mariner. Its special ability, when there's one card on the field, it can attack directly, but because of the literally low attack points, you got Wild Wingman, which is pretty good. Contract Hero Chaos. I mean, I put most of the max heroes in the middle because, I mean, max charge is kind of little. I don't come up with off. Max Hero Kogai, he can like half the attack points of one monster on the field. Also, Mask Hero Divine Wind. Then Dark Law, which instead of going to graveyard when you battles with any card that would go to the graveyard is banished instead. Nova Master, if attack can destroy one monster, you get to draw one card. And Great Tornado is just a staple in this deck. Now, I would have had Flame Wingman, but I don't have that. I'm trying to get that for this deck. Alright, let's get on to the actual cards. Starting at number 60. Yeah, 60 cards. We have Hero Blast. I'll never use this. The Warrior Returning Alive. It's one of those cards I have, but I'm not going to use that often. I mean, if the only card I have to bring back a monster from the graveyard, I guess I'll use it. Hero Mask. I would never use this that much, and I can't really use it properly. We got Parallel Fusion. It fuses monsters from the extra deck and then puts them back in your deck, but just like getting monsters banished and drawing a card in the first place makes it really hard to use this. Thorn Monk. I don't really use the card that much. Field Barrier. Texture field spells, but what are the chances that they're going to try to destroy your field spell when they're going to try to destroy another card? Exactly. Pot of Avalanches. I mean, it's not like I'm going to want my monster back. Like, sometimes I need them in the graveyard. Card Trooper, I don't really use this. And Elemental Hero Vortex, the one Elemental Hero that I don't know if anyone's ever heard of before. And then you got Homonus, the Alaska Being. Next up, you got Favorite Contact number 50. It's like Parallel Fusion where I don't know how to use it, and when am I going to use it? Hero Counterattack. It's like they can pick one monster from your hand, but the Elemental Hero, you destroy that monster, and then you can summon it. It's just, I haven't been really able to pull this card that much. And the Hero Emergence is essentially similar. If they pick an Elemental Hero or a monster from your hand, you can summon it. If it's a spell or trap, it goes to the graveyard. Then you got Honest, don't really use it. Max Charge. I like Max Change. Unlike Max Change, this comes up first before I get Max Change, so I can't use it. Bottomless Trap Hole, I don't really use that. Drowning Mirror Force. You just gotta make sure to get you the direct attack, or else this card is kind of useless. Elemental Hero Ocean. Once per turn, you can choose like one monster, I guess, in the graveyard or on the field and return it to your hand. Hero Ring, and then Shadow Mist. And you got Defusion. You can use it on a fusion monster, whether on your opponent or yourself, and if you have enough room, you can resummon the fusion material you use to fusion summon the monster back to the field. It's just that I haven't been able to get this card that much. Even when I do, I don't have a fusion monster field, but still, pretty neat card to have. Terraforming adds one field spell from your deck to your hand. Book of Moon. Use on one monster. You can activate on one monster, put into face down defense position. Call the Haunted. I prefer Monster Reborn like a lot of other people. Skyscraper 2. Hero City. Hasn't been able to use this one as much, and if you have this on the field, an Elemental Hero monster you have is destroyed by battle, you can special summon it from the graveyard. Elemental Hero Clayman at 2,000, pretty staple. 2,000, pretty good. Now, Elemental Hero's Woodsman is above Clayman for one reason, as in every sandbox, you can add one polymerization anywhere right to your hand. Grand Mole. When a balanced monster activates effect, both Grand Mole and a monster goes back to their opponent's hand. Sword of Reeling Light, because why not? And Pot of Greed. Don't worry, I don't use this in actual tournaments. It's just like a fun deck or something when we're not doing official tournaments, because that would be unfair. Next up, we have Elemental Hero Blade Edge, which battles a monster in defense mode. It inflicts piercing damage. We have Mystical Space Typhoon, a classic card for getting rid of people's spell and trap cards on the field. Elemental Hero Avion, a staple, but it's helped for you to a lot of fusion monsters and masked heroes in my extra deck. Elemental Hero Bubble Man. That's still a pretty good card. Another staple. Burstinatrix. Another staple for helping summon a lot of fusion monsters. Heated Heart, 500. Also gives them piercing damage. Now, Necroshade. Necroshade is mostly good for fusions and in the graveyard because one time you can, and for one, if it's in the graveyard, you can use the effect, and for one time, you can special summon a level 5 or higher monster without any sacrifices. Another staple, Elemental Hero Sparkman are righteous justice for the amount of Elemental Heroes you have on the field. You can destroy that many trap cards. This is used many times, and Hero lives. Next up, we have Wing Karibo. Destroyed by battle. For the rest of the battle phase, you don't take any damage. The Digot comes directly away by select one monster in the field, and it's sent back to the opponent's hand. Pot of Duality, select the top 3 cards from your deck, and you can add 1 to your hand. Elemental Hero for every Elemental Hero monster in the field. You gain 2, including itself, you gain 2 attack points. This is one of my most useful Elemental Hero monsters when I need to gain attack points. It's just so good. Of course, both polymerization, because they're essentially the same thing. I mean, it's less, like, both, one difference, one is a little bit darker than the others, but that's okay. Monster Reborn, a staple card for Ringback Monsters back, Alias, just a high-level attack monster. And Lightning Storm, I find this pretty useful. As long as you don't have any face-ups, you can destroy either all the monsters on the opponent's hand field or any spell and trap cards. I find this coming into my hand pretty often, and also in pretty good situations. Miracle Fusion, you can fuse monsters from your field, hand, or graveyard and banish them. And then Fifth Hope, you can send 5 Elemental Hero cards back from your graveyard to your hand and draw 2 or 3 cards depending on what happens. And in the top 10, starting at number 10, we start off with Skyscraper, and I have this a lot, but whenever I do get it, it helps me out a lot. Another classic, Mirror Force. Elemental Hero Neos, in my opinion, my boss monster, because why not? Max Change, now I have this is more useful Max Charge, because I actually can use it pretty often for at least one monster in the field. Wait, what? What's Reborn? Wait, I think I accidentally added another Monster Reborn, but that would be there. Hero Signal, for when a monster story, you can switch from 1 level 4 or lower element to hero. Oh, Oversoul, Wildheart, Blazeman, and then E-Emergency Call. Oh yeah, quick thing, you know, like the first, Monster Reborn over here earlier, that's in the middle with Summoning Limit, and you can activate it, and you can only special summon 2 times. You can neither player can summon more than 2 times, meaning, for all those combo players that you want to stop, here's your solution. I also made a short on that, you should check that out. Those are all of my cards and extra deck cards in my Elemental Hero deck ranked. I think I did a pretty good job on it. If you think I should have changed it, let me know in the comments, because, well, who knows, but this is my opinion, also it's my deck. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Yeah!